What did
Sorry,
you do?
My mic went on. I pushed the mute button while I was licking my lolly.
So unprofessional to be eating lollipops while podcasting.
Well, it's better than
Well, we
you
hasn't
eating
started
dinner.
yet.
No, I'm not eating dinner tonight. I'm being very professional.
Oh, don't forget, we've got to do a... Hold a minute. Just for Carl.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Oh, no.
What are we waiting for?
We are waiting
Elliot.
for Elliot.
Oh, typical kid, always late.
Yep.
just kill himself. Jump in the game, isn't it? And throw a grenade down next to him or something. And be like, "Oh, you're dead. Might as well come on in."
Well, we've started streaming anyway.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Better mute myself when I'm licking my lolly.
Say hello to the world.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. There's probably no one actually watching, but there we go.
Probably not. Apart from a few people who are with morbid curiosity.
Have they released some new images for new amiibos?
Yes, 4 new Zelda amiibos, Breath of the Wild.
Really?
Yeah. One, like, there's that weird sort of buff woman thing. The female, like, watery type looking one. The bird character and, like, a big ogre type looking one.
Oh, God, my fucking bank balance is going to take a hammering again.
You'd probably be able to get all 4 of them in a pack, like, for 50 or something, maybe, for all 4 or something. I don't know.
The last lot weren't. And you got to get in quick because oh yeah, man, they look. Oh, they're releasing off these other ones, the Odyssey ones. I'm not interested in them. Come on, where's
the Bowser in the Bowser in the sort of top hat and tails looks pretty mad.
Right,
they're releasing the Metroid.
Yeah, I just threw a game of Battlegrounds to beer.
Lols. Well, I'm glad you got here 4 minutes late.
Hey, I want to point out I've been sat here before.
For what?
I think you just collapsed.
You guys to all be here once, so you know you can wait 3 minutes.
Hi, Dan.
Who's collapsed?
I'm saying hi to Dan.
My neck.
Right, so we're about to start our E3 special.
I just tossed the game.
It's gonna be magical.
Oh yeah, you sorted your mic out, Sly. Your mic was shit last week.
I've got a different mic.
We need Dan in here for some depression.
Whether you literally skipped PC Gamer in that list.
Oh, I did, because it was fucking shit.
Yeah, no, I wanted to mention it was shit. And
we'll put it in there then. We'll put it in there. That's why I said, can people help me with the...
Where was it? You've got the order all out of whack. What have you done?
Well, I'll just fucking fix it while I start the show, will ya? Right.
It was Xbox, Bethesda, PC.
No, it was EA. EA first.
No, EA was first. He's got that right. Yeah.
Right.
It was
Ubisoft,
so memorable,
Sony,
everyone
Nintendo.
fucking forgot
Yeah,
it.
that's right. That's right. That's the right order.
Right, you ready?
Amiibo Zeldas.
Right, well, we're going to start, Paul. Stop fucking creaming your pants, please.
I tweeted that at you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize. You didn't tell me it was Zelda, though, did you?
Right,
Wanted
you
you
ready?
to be surprised.
Hello, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, bonjour.
Okay, so we'll go. Oh no, we're not doing an order, are we? It's E3 special. Hey! But anyway, for introductions, we'll go me, Elliot, Darren, Paul.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't need to write that down.
No, you don't, because you're last. You'll still probably forget though.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man.
And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Hello and welcome to Mojo Radio, episode 424, E3 Special 2017. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag, Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby317, and joining me today is...
Your resident player unknown battlegrounder, Sly Armand.
I can't think of anything amusing to say, which is pretty normal since I switched.
This podcast is exclusive and coming out in 2018. It's number one Stumpmaster.
Oh, you just summed up E3.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, the new Xbox is coming out this year, bitches, and no one's gonna buy it.
I've
Yeah, but
pre-ordered
just
one.
not us.
You
Oh, yeah,
fucking crazy fool.
Why? Right,
Because I've
actually,
got a
no.
4K
Don't tell
telly
us why.
and I
Let's
want some
get
extra hard
into
drive
it in
space.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Let's come to it later. Let's do it in order. Let's go through the week in order.
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to do it all in order because I think once we start talking about the Microsoft conference, we're going to be comparing it to the Sony one straight away. So, but yeah, the first conference was EA. There's some quite good games there.
They kicked it off wickedly, didn't they? Nice little
what was
drum
it?
line, the American football thing. I was enthralled.
Oh, I can't remember EA.
There are two conferences I did not watch. And I just read the headlines, and that was EA and Ubisoft. I did not watch those because they were on at stupid o'clock
You
in
should
the
have
morning.
watched the Ubi one, but
Yeah, Ubi one was alright.
Yeah,
Stupid o'clock in the morning.
So with EA, loads of new content for Battlefield 1, which I'm really happy about.
Was it something of the Saw, wasn't it?
Yeah, so got loads of new maps, new countries you're playing as well.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool.
Russian front, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that all
The
free?
Russian front.
No, you
No,
need
of
to
course not.
have premium, mate. Of course.
Or a friend that has premium.
Yes.
The only reason I bring this up is I actually got a copy of this for a £5 at the car boot last week.
Result.
Yeah, well chuffed. So
That's awesome. So yeah, just get premium and you'll be sorted, mate.
no, I'm not paying for premium. I'll just get you to buy it and then I can play it.
Oh, you motherfucker. Have you got on Xbox then?
Well, that's what I got it at the car boot for. £5.
Oh, okay, cool.
Xbox,
Yeah, you can play
Right, result.
when I'm on. That's fine. What else was that? EA new Need for Speed game. That looks pretty cool.
It looks alright actually. A lot of people slate
Need for Speed Payback.
Yes.
to the run too, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it looked cool. It looked like Fast and the Furious Need for Speed.
Yeah, it looked like the
We
first.
need another burnout. Just give
Yes,
us a
we do.
burnout.
They announced a Way Out, which I think looks really good.
Apart from the bloke's nose, what's going on with his nose?
It's like a penis, isn't it?
I don't
Glued
know.
on.
It just looked really. Do you know what it reminded me of? I don't know if you've seen, but there's actually a picture that appeared on the internet yesterday, I think it was, of the two of them standing there next to the back of the prison. If you actually look at that picture, that looks like Nathan Drake, but they stretched his nose downwards. If you actually look at it properly, you can actually see a bit of Nathan Drake in there. So, sorry.
Yeah, it looks good. It's like
Yeah, it looks good.
so it's like it's local co-op from what I understand. It's local split screen, and you play as two guys who bust out of prison and then commit a series of crimes. It looks quite cool.
The last game to actually do that sort of split screen thing where both players are seeing sort of different angles and technically different parts of the story at the same time was the original Kane and Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was.
Is it published by the people who made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, or am I mixing things up? Oh, it
It's
is.
the same
Okay.
people, yeah.
When's this out?
They didn't say for
2018.
this one, did they? 2018.
When? 2018.
I probably imagine it probably will be, but it might be out later this year. So
I doubt it.
But that's not exclusive, though, is it? That's on everything.
no, yeah, that's EA's thing. Was it EA or was it another one?
Yeah, EA. No, it's EA.
Oh,
that was.
Yeah, it was EA. Yeah, 2018.
So,
Now, listeners, you may notice a
I can't hear Sly's glitched out again.
coming out
he's
next year.
glitched out.
Compliance.
Sly and his 1K.
Yeah.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Oh, you're back now.
There
What
go.
did you
That
say?
came through.
A common theme across all of E3 is most things are coming out next year or later.
Well, the EA games like Need for Speed's out this year.
Need for Speed's out this year.
Yeah, which I'm
All
really
the
excited
football
about.
and
Yeah.
soccer, all the sport ones are out this year.
I need to bring a thing up about the FIFA. They're releasing another FIFA, The Journey Part 2.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, did they have to go on about this character, Hunter? It was like they had to go and get all these great footballers and standing, Hunter's the best, man. He's the best in the world. Yeah, man. It's like, Christ.
Yeah, but the kids love that shit,
from
don't
the
they?
First Journey, or is it?
Yeah.
No,
They're hyping their game, and
Yeah.
all you have to think at E3, not every game is for you.
Yeah.
No, I know.
I mean, back when I was younger, I used to be open and I used to play a bigger variety of games. So E3 to me, like everything was like, oh, this is amazing. And like the older you get, it's like, yeah, it looks good, but it's not for me. Or I'm not really interested, but lots of people are. So they're obviously going to show it all off. It's like a lot of people straight away on my Twitter feed during the EA were like, oh, here we go, sports, sports, sports. And it's like, you've got to expect it. And it makes them a shitload of money. Of course they're going to sell and show us the sports stuff.
Yeah, at least it's not as bad as a few years ago where they had Pele come on stage and they nearly bored him to death.
Well, they had Jose Mourinho on stage last year, didn't they?
Yeah. So this year they got
he asked for free codes for FIFA for his kid or something last year.
And this year we got the quality sort of failed high five on stage.
Oh yeah. Going back with the EA as well, the dudes that come on stage, they really should. I know. I mean, my missus came in and said, "God, you're really harsh, you are," because they just didn't seem to present themselves very well. I know some people do get nervous and stuff, and they're really game developers. They're not people that stand on stage. But you think they actually have had a little bit of, someone come in and give them a bit of training about what to do and how to stand and the rest of it, because it just looked very amateurish the way it was done.
A lot of the people that were actually presenting stuff for EA were sort of like streamers and like personalities on YouTube or whatever, I believe. But then you think you're a developer, you've been nurturing your baby for like a good couple of years, and now this is your chance to bring it out and show it to the world. And you're obviously going to be proud. You're going to be worried of how people are going to perceive it because the internet can be a nasty place. Of course, you're going to be nervous. I think seeing like someone like presenting something nervously is actually a good sign that they're just a normal person and passionate about their product.
I don't know. That's just me. I'm just different. Maybe I'm just an arsehole.
I'll get on to more about that point when we get to PC Gamer because
what about Stoney being an arsehole?
Bad ones. No, not that one. These are right. One last EA game I think we should mention: Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Actually, looks good. Actually, the single player campaign.
Got a single player campaign.
Yeah.
And it's got characters, maps, and scenarios from every film, like 1 through like Rogue One. It's got all of them.
It's got Phantom Menace as well. So I noticed the map from there as well. I was hoping Jar Jar Binks would be in there so you could smash it.
It's got Naboo. It's got Theed Spaceport, I think it's called.
Yeah.
The trailer was really good. Like it had a good combination of like cinematic story, and then it had like the gameplay in there too for the multiplayer. It was just a well done trailer, that game.
Yeah, the single player is being done from the Empire's perspective, isn't it?
You play an Imperial, yeah.
Yeah, and the woman who obviously I think you play as, she was one of the ones who came on stage, wasn't it, to sort of talk about it. She was one of the better actual presenters of the whole conference.
There's no season pass on this, is there at all?
No, it's all DLC is free up.
Yeah, and the reason why is because this game dropped very fast because everyone traded it in, didn't they? So I reckon it'll keep the value up a bit higher next time because people will realise that 6 months' time they're still going to get some new content coming out for it. So
I want to say the best moment in that trailer was when the clone troopers are like walking. He's on the radio and he says, "We're clear." And then he just yells, "We're not clear," and Darth Maul jumps in. Oh, it was fucking awesome.
So is that it from EA?
Yeah.
I should we give our thoughts on how we would rate it? I would say I quite enjoyed all the EA games, watching all that footage.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was EA for me.
Yeah.
I don't ever really expect a lot from certain conferences, and it sort of like was as I thought it would be. There wasn't really any massive surprises that blew me away or anything. And
no, I just like the look of A Way Out. That was something we didn't know about, and it was something cool.
So I'm just wondering if the only thing that's going to hold that game back a bit is the fact that it is couch co-op. It doesn't look like it's online co-op at all, just couch co-op.
That won't hold it back at all.
It might do from some people, because like you'll have some people. There are a few Billy No Mates out there, mate, that like in real life that obviously only have like people online they play with them
When's?
such.
You're talking
Yeah.
about me, right?
Well, no, but that might be like, yeah, I usually play with all my friends online, and then obviously they're not going to obviously be a bit too interested in something just being couch co-op. But
Who
they
knows?
should obviously have AI filling in or whatever anyway. I don't know.
Anyway, shall we move
Right,
on?
yeah, next.
Right.
Sorry, I was just
So
gonna say,
I just want to.
I like EA Play how they do the hour of gameplay of Battlefront, and last year it was Battlefield 1. I like how they do that separate afterwards. It's a good format.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I just
I
want to
was
say
expecting to do two
hello
games,
to people. I just want to say hello to Dan, Mr. Clarkey, Simon Evans, and Adams for England, who are saying hello to us in the stream chat. So hi.
Hello.
Hello. I can't
Zoom.
say hello back because I'm not logged in on this computer. Hello.
Schoolboy error.
What was it? Bethesda next, wasn't it?
No, it
No.
No, it was Xbox.
Oh no, it's
Microsoft,
Xbox,
yeah.
wasn't it? Oh right, okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh boy, let me
So
settle in.
I think I might upset a few people.
Oh,
What
I think
is
we're
with,
both gonna
why is
upset a few
everyone
people.
fucking pissed off with this? I don't get it. I was in the fucking Discord chat and I couldn't believe what people were saying in
Right.
there.
For
I
me,
mean, me, Webby, and Dan, right?
And Collie as well wasn't exactly being super enthusiastic.
Yeah, true.
for me, Xbox, right? They come up on stage, the most powerful console in the world, right? That's going to be released, and you show Forza, right? We've had 6 of them before. Forza 7 is not a game I would launch a new console with.
Right, can I actually say something in Forza's fucking defence? They showed it to us this year. It's out this year.
Also,
That's
with
a-
Forza,
There's nothing else.
Bravo.
Yeah, but there's nothing
also,
else out this year that's exclusive on it, is it? Crackdown's
Also-
not out this year, is it?
No, Crackdown is
Yeah,
out this year.
Crackdown is out, yeah.
November
Why didn't they
7th
show
is
us
the
that
launch
then?
title.
They
They
did.
did show
What
us.
did you watch?
Well, they
Yeah, but
did a
later on
teaser
they
trailer.
did.
They did a
Yeah.
teaser trailer. I will.
Right.
I'm gonna argue against it for a second. Crackdown, they didn't show enough considering how long they've been talking about this game. They showed a teaser trailer and they were like, "It'll be out this year."
Also, a racing game is a great way to showcase the graphics of a machine because racing games, the better
Always
looking they
look
are,
good,
people are
yeah.
going to dribble. So that's really, really good. But from my point of view, I was looking for a really good reason to make it worthy to spend 500 quid to upgrade from my current launch day Xbox, which is serving me fine. The games run good. I don't see any issues. My missus will probably attest to this. We were arguing before the conference because I said I'm gonna buy one. I really want one. She was like, no, it's a lot of money. Blah blah blah. Well, so I said, I will let the conference decide for me. And if I'm not impressed with what I see at the conference, I won't buy one. It's as simple as that. And they did show quite a lot of games there, but a lot of the games, well, I would say all the games that they showed did not convince me that they would look or run much better than my current Xbox. They will all run on my current Xbox. They will still look and run fine on my HD TV. What is the fucking point? Also, I've got a PC, which is also doubly what's the fucking point of upgrading my Xbox? There is no point, especially since I don't have a 4K TV. And I know they said, oh, yeah, but it's got super sampling. That's not enough for me. I am not a massive fan of these mid-cycle upgrades. I'm not a fan of the PlayStation Pro. If they're going to bring out a new console, if they want to bring out a new console, do a new console generation. Yeah. If you want to do mid-cycle upgrades, and if you're really that bothered about graphics, frames per second, and 4K, build a fucking PC. It's so much cheaper to do, and it's fucking easy. Console gamers do not want this. On the whole, I see it as a waste of money.
I don't like mid-cycle, same as you. And then you get people out that say, oh, but they do it with phones every 2 years. Yeah, only because all you suckers keep buying your iPhones every 2 years, because the fact being is you can't have them longer than 2 years because the batteries are fucked anyway. So, this is a console. This is not a mobile phone. So don't keep saying, oh, it's got to be the same as the phones. Every 2 years we've got to upgrade. I don't want that on a console.
But right, is something else. I think everyone did this shit with the PlayStation Pro as well, and everyone got upset, and it was like they're trying not to obviously invite. Right, shit. Right, I'm gonna fucking put this down for a second because
Are you playing
I'm
games?
playing
You're
it.
not very
I
professional,
am.
are you?
I got fucking confused. I literally got confused. But yeah, everyone said this before about the Pro. They moaned about it, saying, "Oh, it's not giving me any reason to upgrade," and that. And it's a choice. They're just offering people a choice if they want that little bit of extra oomph from their games.
Yeah, and that's
basically.
fine. If you don't already
And
own an
1 in
Xbox,
4,
then yeah, you know.
1 in 4 PS4s sold is a Pro. So people are buying them. Like, people will still buy this.
Yeah, but people buy everything. It's like, why do people buy?
See, Phil
an iPhone
Spencer's come
Plus
out today. Phil Spencer's come out today and said their plan going in with the One X was they know they're going to sell more One S's than One X's because this is the high tier console, and they said that the S is the Pro's competitor and it's not the X. So, like, they don't expect to sell tons and tons of the One X's. They're aiming for a very specific market of people.
I mean, I personally, I mean, it's great, you know, if you want to buy it, you know, go out and do it. I'm not saying to people don't do it, you know. I don't have a 4K TV, so for me, it's like that is another reason why I don't see the fucking point of me personally owning one. But if the Xbox One X will certainly be the best place to play all those multi-platform games on, you know, unless you build a high-end PC. If you don't own a PC and you want the best graphics, play them all on Xbox One X. But I would also say, you need to also own a PlayStation because Sony are kicking ass with all their exclusives at the moment. So it's a double-edged sword, really.
Regardless of that, though, you know, if you've already got an Xbox at the moment, then unless, of course, you've gone out and bought a 4K TV, then I don't see the point of actually upgrading anyway, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
I mean, Darren, yeah, you're in a different scenario because you have actually bought a new TV. You've also got a VR, so it's understandable that the VR is the PS, you know, VR is supposed to work better as well with the PS Pro. So I can understand your side of the story.
Well, actually, I don't understand, Darren, why you're buying an Xbox because you never game on your Xbox anyway.
But this will give me a reason.
Seriously, man, you
just the graphics.
You know, you buy all your games on PlayStation.
Some of the games coming out, and I want the extra hard drive space as well.
You do realize you can just plug a hard drive in.
I do not do external fucking hard drives, mate.
You're just nuts.
I just don't see it. I want everything in the machine, job done. I don't want all these tacked on bollocks hanging off it.
Can we go back to the main thing about the Xbox? The name.
Yep. The One X. You mean the one I predicted correctly? Yeah.
Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
I called it weeks in advance.
I think it's going to confuse people. It's a bit like the PS4 Pro. The casual person out there, because don't forget, we're quite, well, I wouldn't say I'm hardcore, but we're quite into our games. But casual Billy Joe up the road that's, you know, goes into the store, he's going to get very confused. I mean, they had it with the DS, didn't they? The DS, the 3DS, and the 3DS XL, and
the new 3DS XL, the new 2DS XL. There's remember that picture I shared a few weeks back?
Yeah, I know.
Oh boy!
So now we're going to get it with the Xbox. You're going to get someone and goes, right, I want an Xbox One. Right, okay, there's an Xbox One, but no, I want the Xbox One X. Right, okay, and then you're going to get someone goes, I want Xbox One, and it's going to go, no, I don't want that Xbox One. I want the original Xbox One.
I don't think they're even selling the original Xbox One now, are they? They're just doing the S and the X.
Oh, well,
the S. It's the same with the PS4, isn't it? It's just now the PS4 Slim instead of the standard.
Yeah.
See, and as usual, like this is. I was having this conversation with the guys at work when we were watching this, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to buy any more launch day consoles anymore because you just get fucked over.
Yeah.
You know, you spend 400 quid on a launch day Xbox, and a few years later they bring out a smaller version that does 4K and these extra Blu-ray things. Then they bring out another one. You're just like, oh, fuck's sake, when does it end? You know, and I was a sucker for that in the 360 generation. I think I bought 5 different versions of the 360.
Yeah,
I had at least 3.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Change, 3.
I
But
had
again,
two
even with
Xbox
that,
360s.
yeah, even with that, with the Elite, and obviously going from the Elite to the sort of like the remodeled Elite version as well, it was mainly I upgraded for those, and they were virtually exactly the same machines.
Yeah.
Just like obviously the
The-
Elite had a 100 extra gig hard drive, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
and
I
if you
had
remember,
the
the originals
Elite.
didn't come with a HDMI port either.
No,
True.
they didn't, did
True.
they? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
came
so
out
I
with the
had
Elite,
the
didn't it?
I had the 360 Elite, the 120 gig, and then they announced the Slim like 2 years later, and I got the Slim, and that was the
Slim's the
only
best
one
one.
I ever upgraded. Oh, Slim was great. Built-in Wi-Fi, 250 gig,
Yeah.
lovely.
And it looks
That's
beautiful.
what
If you
I've
get
got,
the black
yeah.
one with the chrome round the edges, still the best. I
Yeah.
think for me, the best console ever made for looks.
Oh, it definitely is.
Anyway, shall we get back to on topic about the
Yeah,
Yeah, so
about the
can we talk
presentation?
about some pleasant surprises before we get all really cynical?
Well, did
Go
we
on.
talk about the price and
Can
stuff?
we-
Or
Oh
not?
well, I think
Oh,
the price
it's,
is okay. $4.50
price
in
Yeah, I
the
think the
UK.
price is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
the price
It's
is fine.
650 Australian dollars because we all get screwed over here. But yeah,
It's 50
anyway.
quid more than the launch day Xbox, which I don't think is that bad.
Well, yeah,
No,
but
Yeah.
if you've got it with Connect, it was $4.50 because I remember paying
Yeah.
that for mine. So,
Smallest Xbox ever as well, isn't it? Or is it just smallest Xbox One ever?
has it got an internal power supply?
Smallest. Yeah, internal.
Yeah,
power
it does have
supply.
an internal power
Oh,
supply
wow.
as well.
the,
Yeah.
the one. Well, the One S does
Wow.
as well. The
So
One S has got
this
an
could
internal,
cook itself then.
in theory.
In
Well, no,
theory.
because it's got a liquid cooling thing in this one, hasn't it?
Ooh.
What's it got a
They
terminal?
were, I don't know, but yeah, they sort of showed it off.
Is
at
it
the
is
beginning
it
of the
gonna like
conference.
sprint after a car like as a police officer?
Put your finger on it and it melts in your finger, and it goes back in again.
So yeah, the
Oh.
console itself did look very impressive, but again,
The console looked good. The problem is the games.
yeah. So that's what I was getting to. The games shown at E3
So,
on the
let's-
Microsoft conference were just meh.
Let's talk about the thing we were pleasantly surprised about, because we were actually surprised by something at the start. Metro Exodus.
Yeah,
Oh, it looked amazing.
yeah, it looked great, didn't it? But that's not actually an exclusive, though, is it?
No, that's on everything.
Yeah.
But that's
So
beautiful, doesn't it?
But I just it was.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it looks great.
I've been looking forward to a new
I was
Metro.
looking at we were all in chat, and I'm looking at the video, and I'm like, ooh. I'm looking at the setting, and I'm like, this looks like Metro. And then I'm leaning in, and I see the gas mask. I'm like, this is Metro.
And
then it's like
considering-
Metro.
Considering that game is made by like a Eastern European
Polish.
developer, small developer, and they can put out games that look as good as some of their Metro games do.
It made me
great.
want to run back and play Redux again, to be honest.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
that
I
was good,
might.
that.
Oh, that was probably my peak of the Xbox conference.
Yeah, I think I was the
Okay.
same.
yeah, so
Mhm.
Crackdown
'Cause
looked
it
good. Sea of
Crackdown looked good.
Thieves
The
looked.
problem was it was a
uh,
trailer and there was nothing else. They spent like a minute on Crackdown. Although Terry Crews is a playable character, so there's that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I just feel like the games that they showed were, low budget. A lot of them were kind of indie sort of titles with, not shiny graphics anyways. And that's another reason why I was like, well, why would I buy an Xbox One X for Minecraft in 4K?
It's interesting the games they
Ooh.
chose
Yeah.
to show off.
Yeah,
on Xbox
Minecraft
One
in
X.
Kids out there
4K
will
was a
love it,
bit of a
though.
giggle.
Yeah.
Kids will love Minecraft, though. They still do. I mean, my daughter's obsessed by the bloody thing. So, I mean, I never even told her about Minecraft because she's going to be, can you please buy me one? Yeah.
Just make sure she don't ever come across that porn, mate.
The what?
Minecraft porn.
No, all right, okay.
It is a
dear.
thing, mate. It is a thing.
It won't appear on my YouTube because it's parent locked.
But yeah, let's obviously one
I'm
of the
trying to
things
remember
I
the
was
games.
thoroughly impressed at the Microsoft conference. Very little like
Filler.
chatter. It
Yeah.
was they literally came out, they gave us the spiel of the Xbox, they showed it off, and then it was pretty much from that point on game,
was trailer, yeah.
which
Yeah.
is what I'd much rather have than all this
I will-
coming
I
out on
will
stage,
s- I'm-
talking for 5
I'm-
minutes, show us 2 games, bring someone else out.
I'm gonna pick holes again. It was good until a point where they were just doing trailer, and then they spent 15 minutes on Sea of Thieves. They spent so long on it, and
I
it broke
know.
the flow of the entire conference. And
And-
then, getting back onto PC Gamer later, they did it again at PC Gamer.
I'm
Like,
surprised
they-
because that's not even out this year either. That's a 2018,
Nope.
and that game's
Yep.
even been in like 2 betas already.
You can play it right now if you
Yeah,
sign up.
I've joined the beta as well. Okay, so what next then?
Are we done
Can't
talking about?
Well, we had
D&D?
a little
No,
tiny
No,
bit
there
of
was
code,
there was some
code vein.
cracking games.
Well, the
Yeah,
Microsoft
Code Vein.
conference.
Cuphead's
Yeah, that-
finally
yeah.
come
Didn't
out.
show enough of that though, did it? That was the only problem I had with that. It looked really good though.
Yeah, it's basically one of the Japanese games published under Bandai Namco or Namco Bandai, whichever way round it is. Looked very Souls-like with like an anime look to it and everything. Obviously appealing to the Japanese people who play Japanese games a lot.
Mm.
They also showed off Dragon Ball Fighter Z,
Yeah.
which looked fucking amazing, and the fighting game community are going batshit for this game. Absolutely crazy for it. It looks super well polished, brilliantly done. Arc system works. The guys behind Guilty Gear, so it's like a proper 2D fighter, but in like a 2.5D
Yeah.
sort of cell shaded overlook. Really well polished. 3-on-3 fighter. They showed that off. Surprised you guys haven't mentioned that they also showed off PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Well, I've
Yeah,
well,
I
I've
was
just brought the
gonna
list
about
of
to get
games
to
up.
that.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's good.
yeah, well, they showed off. It was basically a trailer for Battlegrounds. They said the game's going to be fully optimized and released by the end of the year, and it should be a Xbox One X launch title. That's really all that was said about Battlegrounds.
And I won't be buying it because I already own it. So,
Yeah,
but I do
They
think that's
also-
cool.
I
think
might
that's
if
cool.
people in the community pick it up on the Xbox. I might.
They
I
showed
like that.
off Black Desert, the Korean MMO.
Oh, that MMO
Yeah,
is
move
so
on. Move along.
shit. Oh my
can we-
god.
Can I just quickly
I
go
wanna-
back?
How do you know?
Because
I
I've
want
played
to
it
talk
on
about-
PC, Switch.
Oh,
I've
you
played
played
it.
on PC.
That's
Oh,
why I
fair
can
enough.
say it's shit.
I want to talk
It
about a
looks
new IP that
graphically
was
nice,
announced.
anyway.
Graphics are nice, game is shit. Stick with
I
Final
like the
Fantasy.
look of The Last Night. I think it's called.
I don't recall
Um,
Is
that.
this the pixelated
it's
one that we was thinking was
Pixelated.
flashback?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
Pixelated
Blade
yeah.
Runner.
2D, and it's like
Yeah,
side
Blade Runner, yeah.
kind of. But I'm dipping into PC Gamer here, but they had a presentation on that game in PC Gamer more so than they did in Xbox. But basically, it's about a world where like machines have become they've prioritized over humans, and humans are sort of having existential crises, and they don't know what they're doing with their lives. And you're sort of a guy trying to find his purpose. It's kind of like Horizon Zero Dawn with less robot dinosaurs things.
There's
I guess.
also been a bit of controversy surrounding this game because apparently the guys that make it were supporters of Gamergate.
Oh, you
Yeah,
bastard.
so the guy apologized on the stage for some tweets he made in his past.
I'll be back in a sec,
at
guys.
PC Game. Yeah, during that stream, he was like, I'm here to talk about my game and my passion, and I would like to apologize for my tweets in the past. They do not reflect this game at all." And then he talked about the game for like 10 minutes or whatever.
That's fine. He obviously knew that he was getting attention and he thought he'd try and squash it before it got too far.
Yeah. No, that game looks cool. The idea
Yeah,
about like
visually
just humans
really,
trying to
really
find
interesting.
structure and stuff. Oh yeah, it looks nice. It's a nice change of pace.
You sort of jumped ahead quickly before I got the chance to
Yeah,
pipe
sorry.
in about PlayerUnknown. It's
Yeah,
coming
go
to the Xbox. How will that work all right with a controller?
I think Webby tried it once with the controller, and I don't think he found it too bad.
Right,
I think
because
he
that's the
found it
thing.
all right.
That's the thing with a lot of these games,
yeah.
like Armour 3, DayZ. They're all work perfect with mouse and keyboard because you can
there's
go through
not-
the functions quite quick.
It's not a lot of like commands I think you would need to use. I feel like they're going to simplify a lot of the menus down.
Right.
Well, there's only one menu. There's the inventory screen. So what I think they'll do is they'll have like standard first-person shooter controls.
Right.
They'll have a button that flips your camera from first to third, and
Mm.
they'll have a button for inventory, and that'll be it. To be honest.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry for derailing, but I just
No,
I
it's
was
that's
trying
fine.
to get in, but you sort of jumped ahead way too quick.
Who's
for me.
that? Sly again. He's good at that, isn't he?
No,
It's
I was trying
usually
to.
me
I was
that
trying to
works at that.
sidestep. There was something brewing about Black Desert, and I wanted to get around it.
Yeah, shit.
Right.
Right, can we
Pants.
because I just had to go and
We
get
sorry,
another
we
drink.
barely talked about Anthem during.
Yeah,
We forgot to mention
Well,
Anthem.
we'll get
during
to that at the
intro.
end. We'll get to that at
well,
the
we'll talk
end.
about it now.
Yeah,
It
Well,
was a
no.
game shown.
Really?
Is
It
that
was a
game
bike.
is that actually an Xbox exclusive?
No.
No,
Oh, for fuck's sake! How is there actually any exclusives for this fucking console?
22 there is.
Crackdown. There's Crackdown, State of Decay, Sea of Thieves,
Ugh.
And Forza.
and Forza.
Forza's, I don't
Oh,
know.
and
There,
Cuphead. Don't forget
there was
Cuphead.
Cuphead and there are a few indies.
Oh, Cuphead looks awesome. That's definitely, I'm
But
definitely buying that.
They were using weird speak again in this conference that a load of people actually pointed out, where it was like Windows and
Launch
Xbox
exclusive.
exclusive and launch exclusive, which basically means this is a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then there was also world premiere, but that just means that Xbox gets to show it off. Yeah.
And then there's an exclusive after that one.
But yeah, and back to
Sorry.
Anthem anyway. I thought that game looked fucking beautiful.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what it is, like what sort of game it is. They
It's
didn't really
like
show
you get
you
in
much, did
mechs and
they?
you fly around, and I don't know what it is.
It's like
It
a
just
cross
looks
between Destiny and The Division, by the looks of things.
That's what it looked like.
with flying jetpack things.
It looks like EA have looked at the market and thought, shit, EA. We've got Destiny out there from Activision that's ripping it up. We've got Ubisoft with their Ghost Recon stuff, Wildland and the Division. We need to get on the bandwagon here.
And then they took Titans and then strapped jetpacks on them, and they were like, "There you go, it's Titan Destiny Division Fall."
I think I've heard they were being started work on this game shortly after they wrapped up Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, so this is
what I gather.
What we were saying during the conference is this game and the animation that's so good, and it just makes you want to weep about Mass Effect Andromeda a bit more, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a splinter group of BioWare that made Andromeda, and this is the core team that did the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah.
And you think if they'd have made Andromeda instead of this, what would life be like? We'd have a good Mass Effect game for one.
Unfortunately, that hasn't got a release date ever. We just got a very vague late 2018.
I would presume late next year.
It'll probably get delayed.
If it still comes out and doesn't get pushed back to the following year.
Okay, can I talk about the game that would definitely make me buy a new Xbox?
Is it Crackdown 3?
Super Lucky's Tale.
Oh God, can we?
I thought it looked
the thing
all
that everyone
right,
thought was
to be
Conker.
honest. I thought it looks all right. If you
We all
think
thought it was
of
gonna be
games
Conker.
like that, for people who like that sort of colourful cartoony platformer, it definitely had that rare caliber about it. I thought, like, well polished, looked pretty cool. I think the people that are into that sort of thing, and again, they're trying to cover all bases.
Yeah,
they were trying to appeal to every type of sort of person there. They did a good job.
Oh no, I actually do think it looks like a fun game. To be fair, I just thought it was funny of a game to say, get an Xbox One X for this. This will run on a fucking Wii.
Well, yeah, it was an indie game anyway, wasn't it? I think. I don't think it's like a AAA
it looks cool. It looks like a fun little platformer game. So
I missed that bit. I must have fell asleep.
Must have done.
I really don't remember this. I watched all of the Microsoft conference as well. Something must have happened there. I must have fell asleep or gone to the toilet.
If you see it, you'll remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember this. I'm looking at the video. It looks like it looks like sort of Crash character, sort of raccoon style, isn't he?
Little fox.
Yeah, little fox. That's it. Yeah. Right. Okay.
I'm just trying to think what other games were shown. 2 seconds. State of Decay 2. Has anyone mentioned that?
We haven't talked about the actual trailer. Oh my God, it was brutal.
Old Colin had his kid in the chat, wasn't he? He's like, "Don't look, don't look."
In half. They literally, a zombie ripped a person in half, and you saw the guts and the intestines, and you saw the two halves of the person split in half, and it was awesome.
Like, obviously, graphically, it's a step above the previous one, but it's still not like AAA quality.
No.
But
Yeah.
the more I looked at it, the more I was being sort of like pulled over to its side, as it were. And by the end of it, I was like, yeah, that could be really good fun in 4-player co-op.
So I'm just looking at the games that listed that was shown at the Microsoft conference. I think two or three of them are exclusives, and all the rest of them are multi-player.
So if you give me one sec, there's actually quite a good list on Reddit.
Yeah, I've got a list
and
here.
it's-
So
it splits it into categories, and it's
Oh,
like
nice.
multi-platform. It's like multi-platform, actually just available on Xbox and Windows. Then there's like another category. I'll get that sheet up. Just one second.
okay. So anything else? Ori and the Will of the Wisps looks cool.
That looks, yeah, the visual style of that is, it's, you know, obviously before we've talked about certain games where, like, say, like Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo or Mario World, so say on the SNES, that look is just timeless. You can pull that out in years and years and years ahead, and it will still look that good.
Yeah.
And I think Ori falls straight into that. Like, we go on about graphics and all that sort of stuff, but for a game going for that graphical style, you can't fucking get better than that.
Definitely.
All right, so I have that list here, and let's all take a bit of a prediction as to how many actual exclusives for Xbox and Windows 10 were shown.
It's 22, isn't it? Because basically, well, from what I was told, he came out on stage and said we've got 44 games or 42 games to show you, and then at the end of it, he said there's 22 exclusives. That's what Phil Spencer said. So I do remember that. Because I thought, well, that's jumped
Okay.
Oh.
down from 44.
There are not 22 exclusives. I can
Well, that's
tell you
what
that
he
much.
said. He said that on stage.
Well,
Well,
there's a
launch
list.
exclusives were included, I think.
Okay,
in
even
that.
if you include the timed exclusives, it's less than 22.
Well, Phil
But
Spencer,
is this going to
we need a
pick up on
calculator.
all the little indie games that were probably
This
shown
has got
during a
every
little
single
flash
game in the
section?
conference. I'm looking.
Alright,
It's got
well.
every single game from the
Oh,
conference.
just tell us, Sly.
Okay, so we ignore time exclusive. You will only be able to play this on Windows platforms. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
Oh, that's more than I thought.
More than
Yeah.
Nintendo had.
It's Forza
The
7.
Switch.
It's Forza 7, State of Decay 2, Minecraft in 4K, Sea of Thieves, Super Lucky's Tale, Cuphead, Crackdown 3, Fable Fortune, the card game, and Ori. And
I
those
didn't
are
see
the
that,
only
Fable
actual
Fortune.
exclusives. I remember it briefly. I think it was like a
Uh,
trailer. I think it was in like the highlight reel.
Right.
Those are the only actual exclusives.
So I just want to talk about a game that they are really heavily showing off on the Xbox One X, and that's the new Assassin's Creed title.
Yeah.
I'm really
I
excited for
quite
it. I
like the
think
look
it
of
looks
it, yeah.
really good.
I
do
was
I.
really meh on it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm done with
What?
Assassin's
I
Creed.
Did you not see
personally
the bit where
think-
he jumped in the air and fired a bow and it
Yeah,
killed a
I
guy?
did, but I actually think this looks graphically worse than Syndicate. Like the graphics are downgraded from Syndicate, and I don't know, the setting and stuff just doesn't grab me to a certain degree. But I
Really?
do know a lot of people I've spoken to that are really loving it and they're really looking forward to it. So
Look,
it's
I want to
just not
say
for
now,
me.
in their defense, there's only so many more historical settings they can touch. They've basically
Japan.
got Egypt.
Why
They've
not
got
go
no.
to-
I was going to say Japan was.
Yeah.
I was going to say Egypt and Japan were the two.
Yeah.
You cut me off. So the next one will be Japan Switch because they're running out of things to do.
Well, I'm a big
Unless they
fan
do
of Assassin's Creed,
Vikings.
so I'm actually really excited for it, and I think what they showed off
I like the
was
whole
really
RPG
cool.
progression and loot system thing. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm more into Shadow of War instead of Assassin's Creed. I played the last one. I can't remember what it's called now. The last Shadow or whatever it was.
Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. And I haven't played. I mean, I got Syndicate, and I don't know. It just felt like another Assassin's Creed. I mean, I haven't played. 3 was the last one I finished, and Unity
You
as
missed out.
well.
Black Flag was great.
I didn't like Black Flag. I played Black Flag. Didn't like it. I don't like the boat section. That pissed me off. That's
Oh, you
weird.
won't like the pirate game that Ubisoft are bringing out then?
No, I know. I saw that.
You won't like Assassin's Creed Rogue. It's basically the same as.
Was
4.
it? Oh, right.
Yeah.
I've got a copy of that. Yeah, I picked up the car boot.
Good game.
Oh well, stick it in the bin. I won't really. Yeah, I don't know. It's just Assassin's Creed. I think I need a break from it for a while. So, and then I might go back.
You've had a break. It hasn't. They haven't had a new one in almost 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
man.
I need a long break though. maybe an exclusive 2-year break.
Anyway,
I haven't actually watched the film, so
I'm going to talk about the Ubisoft games when we talk about the Ubisoft conference, because I might be a while on that one because it was.
All right, that's why I was like, why is he bringing up Assassin's Creed?
Right. Anyway, are we done with Microsoft now? Anyway,
I'm just browsing through the games in case there's anything interesting. Oh, Life is Strange was announced. Life is Strange Before the Storm was announced during the Xbox conference.
You knew that anyway, though, before, didn't you?
Well, it was basically leaked.
We unfortunately knew about quite a few before the show, to be honest.
Yeah,
That's
but
the annoying
it's
thing.
Life is Strange. It's a prequel. It's a 3-episode game, and if you pre-order the deluxe edition, you get a bonus episode that's not related to the story, as far as I know.
That sounds a bit of a crock of shit.
Yeah,
so they're locking people out of content unless they buy a certain edition.
Yeah.
Speaking of editions, did you know there's 5 versions of the new
Assassin's Creed? I did, and I was going to bring it up. And there's only 999 copies of the most expensive one, and it's like ridiculously overpriced.
£700,
like $1,000.
I think, in the UK.
What's that, like $1,000
for UK? I think $800 for the Americans.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You get statue lithographs and other stuff, but I don't know why it's so much more than usual, because I have all the statues and they don't usually cost that much.
Yeah, this either is a massive statue, because I was literally looking through all the stuff you got compared to like the standard collectors, which comes with a statue anyway, and there wasn't really much extra there that you'd get.
Maybe it's just the limited numbering thing, because there's only 999 of them. Might just be that.
Though.
It is.
Well, they also didn't they once do a really limited edition of Forza, one of the Forzas, and it actually came with a real car.
I vaguely remember something, yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next, guys?
Bethesda, isn't it?
Bethesda. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, right, here we go.
So, but Bethesda did a really good showing, I think.
Well, so I want to play the contrary there and say they had 2 good games and a crock of shit.
Really?
Sly's a man now, isn't he?
Well,
okay, so what are the 2 games then? Go on.
2 games and a DLC. So they had Evil Within 2, which looked decent. They had
Wolfenstein
2, which looked decent, and they had Dishonored 2, Death to the Outsider DLC.
Yeah.
And that was it. The rest of it was Skyrim VR, Doom VR, Fallout VR. Who gives a fuck? And it was 40 minutes long. They did not need a conference. They could have done it in a blog post. Although it wasn't the shortest conference of the week, which we'll get to later.
So I actually think that the Evil Within 2 looks amazing. I'm a massive fan.
That trailer did look good. I'll give you that.
I'm a massive fan of the first Evil Within, so I'm really excited for this.
As someone who got halfway through the first one and stopped, that trailer actually made me want to go and finish the game.
Well, you should finish it. Are you too scared to finish it? Are you, Sly?
No, I borrowed it and I had to give it back, so I'll probably buy it on the PC for like $10.
I haven't played it because I'm too scared to put the disc in. I am. I've actually looked. I keep looking at this and go, I've got to play this for my year living dangerously. Dangerously.
Dangerously.
Definitely dangerously putting that disc in. So there we go.
Yeah, and Wolfenstein looks fucking awesome as well.
Wolfenstein was the highlight of that conference.
Oh, I'm all over Wolfenstein.
That trailer was weird. Wasn't it?
What?
I was saying the trailer was weird.
Brilliant though. 8 minutes long.
The start of it.
Yeah, starting off with that with that young girl walking around with her groceries, and then those 2 dudes are in the car, crash, and then she calls her robot dog. Like, this is Wolfenstein, but this makes no sense to me.
Oh yeah, and there was the thing flipping the channels, and then he's in the bed. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. It was a good trailer. I forgot. Was it really that long?
Yeah.
It was 8 minutes.
Felt like it was about 3 minutes to me.
No, it felt short to me, but then I looked.
Must have been I wanted more.
Continues pretty much not long after the first game, and has returning characters from the first game, and I think that was one of the things that I personally made that for me was not only was it a fun shooter, but it had a really interesting story and great characters.
Yeah.
It did.
So I'm really excited for it.
Something I brought up on Twitter this week, and no one really addressed it, is early into New Order, you have to pick between one of two characters who lives, who dies, and they address it at the end of the game. But
how's it going to fit into this?
I think the reason they showed off in the trailer, this new underground that's been formed or whatever, is because they don't want to address that. I think they're just going to skirt around that one.
Quite possibly, or
it's fine. It's an interesting way of
swindle that into somehow the reason you survived the events at the end of the first game.
Yeah, because yeah, no, I'm not going to get into it because in case anyone actually wants to go and play the first one before the second one.
If you haven't played the first one, you really should. You can get it for like under a tenner.
Yeah, so good.
Oh yeah, it's on sale on if you play PC, it's on sale on Green Man Gaming at the moment, as is Evil Within and pretty much all the Bethesda titles.
So Evil Within is actually out this year, so that's another game that we can tick off as this year.
Everything Bethesda showed is out this year. That was what made their conference decent.
They're doing a thing with the Switch. You can use an amiibo to dress Link up, to dress up as Link in Skyrim, which is pretty cool as well.
Sorry, about the thing they're all coming out this year. I just want to point out the stupidity, and I guess it's a coincidence across all the conferences, but Assassin's Creed Origins, Wolfenstein, and Super Mario Odyssey are all coming out on the same day.
Sweet.
So some people are just going to be stuck.
Well, some people just have loads of money and can just buy them all anyway.
It's just like, come on, spread your games out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to win out of Mario, Assassin's Creed, and Wolfenstein? I've got a pretty good idea of which one it'll be.
One bad thing from the Bethesda conference: Creation Club.
Yes.
Yeah, what is this? Paid mods?
They're trying to make paid mods again after it already failed on Steam.
Didn't they try this shit on Steam? Yeah.
Yes, they did. And Pete Hines, who's the community manager for Bethesda, has already been on Twitter berating people who are calling it paid mods.
Well, it is paid mods. That is what it is.
It is paid mods. It is paid mods, except you're not paying creators. You're paying Bethesda for content that they're making. But it's paid mods.
Yeah. Definitely paid mods.
Yeah.
I think people are starting to see through certain companies' dodgy shit, I think, to be honest, and calling it as it is or how they see it.
Oh, so sorry, we talked about Wolfenstein, Evil Within, Dishonored 2 DLC. Oh, that trailer was fucking awesome.
See, I've not even played Dishonored 2 yet. I actually have it, but I've not got around to it. Too much of a backlog.
Without saying it, it's not really related to Dishonored 2's story. It's really more about the Dishonored 1 DLCs. But it's a continuation of that story, and I'm really happy that they've chosen to go with that and not something else. Because everyone's favourite character, apart from Corvo in the first one, was obviously Dowd, the bad guy. And spoilers, I guess he's back. But
well, if you've seen the trailer, you know
he's in the trailer. He's in a vault getting tortured, and it's like, hey, it's Dowd, and you're like, yay. Because you follow the trailer basically follows this assassin. They're going through a building, taking out people, and then they get to this vault, and you're like, oh, please have him in the vault, please. And then it flips around, and it's him, and it's like, oh, this is going to be a good one. But yeah, that's if you're a die-hard Dishonored fan, you'll be very excited for September.
I'll be interested
15th.
to see how many copies they sold of Dishonored 2, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
I don't think it's that many, and that makes me sad.
It's only a tenner now, isn't it?
It dropped in price a lot. What, Dishonored 2?
Yeah, it's a tenner in Sainsbury's and Tesco's,
I picked it up. I've not played it, but I've got it for a tenner. Well, £9 actually in Tesco's.
I bought it twice. I enjoyed it that much. I bought it on the Xbox and the PC.
Awesome.
And it's got the DLC's that big. It's got a standalone release.
Right,
as well,
we need to move on because we've been over an hour and we've only talked about 2 conferences here.
All right.
So I do want to move things along.
EA, Xbox, and Bethesda.
I want to move things along a bit more swiftly
Right, let's
because that is literally all the games.
PC Gamer. Let's just
We don't even need
PC
to talk
game.
about PC Gamer because
I
there
just
was
want to
nothing
say
there.
It was utterly shit.
Well,
It was shit.
That's it. It's
And there
done.
we go. Hour 45 didn't need to be. They showed off PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. You can climb over walls now and jump over cars. That's about it. Oh, Age of Empires remaster if you really care. Move on.
Right. So what was next? Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Yes. This is the one. This was actually the highlight of E3 for me. This, in my opinion, was the best show of E3. Because they just showed off so many amazing games. They really, really did. So I'm going to start off with Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
The game that nobody thought they'd like, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, I might like this. I can't dislike it."
It looks amazing. I couldn't believe I was watching it, and I was like, I am going to buy a Switch just for this game." Literally, but before Christmas, there will be a Switch in this house.
If you can find one.
If we can find one. I've been looking and I can't find one anywhere.
There might be something else in your house before that, though.
Maybe.
Mm.
But
One
yeah,
extra a child.
I was really loving this what they showed of the game because it just looks really funny. And the graphics are awesome as well. But it reminded me of XCOM a little bit. Like where you're hiding behind cover and then you're moving around and popping the enemies with your little guns. It looks really cool, I think.
I was all in for it. I was just at the start. I was that Mario Rabbids game. Oh dear, snicker, and then it's like, oh, it looks really well done, really well made. Kept the Nintendo visual style perfectly. The Rabbids kind of fit in with it. It was funny. The gameplay looked fun. And before you knew it, like most people were like just talking about it online and whatnot.
Yep. So that was like kind of the main amazing, one of the main amazing games there. I'm just gonna get straight into the most amazing game of E3 in my opinion.
Next.
The Crew 2.
Next.
I don't, like, how could you not watch that trailer and not think, oh my fucking god?
Well, I didn't watch the trailer for a start.
Why not? I said to you, can you please watch it before the podcast?
No, you didn't. You said Elliot just watched it. That's what you said.
You need to fucking watch it. So one of the reasons why I'm really excited for this is I'm a massive fan of the original Crew, even though it has quite a lot of
Rubber
downfalls.
banding.
Buggy as fuck.
Actually, on PC, it's perfect. So I'm probably going to pick up the Crew 2 on PC. But what really got me about this game is you're not just racing cars, you're racing speedboats, you're racing planes. I mean, if that doesn't get you excited for a fucking racing game, I don't know what will. I mean, the graphics look absolutely stunning as well. I just think this game is just going to be all out fun. And that's what we play games for, to have fun. And it's got off-roading, it's got motorbikes as well. I mean, I'm hyped, man. The hyperbole is real.
I might have been a bit harsh. I'll give it a chance.
I just think, and it's going to be so much fun for multiplayer as well, I think. So
it was just my experience with the Crew was booted it up, drove about 500 meters, and then the game crashed 3 times.
Dude, my experience with the Crew on Xbox is it not even loading. That
was my experience on the Xbox.
But I am really hyped for the Crew 2. As I said, I've never, there's no other game has come out ever which lets you do all those things.
Sorry, Webby, what year was this game coming out? Was it 2018?
It's out this year.
Is it really?
Yes.
Holy shit, I might actually buy it.
Yeah, so I think it's out around the same time as every other fucking game that's coming out this year. So
so October.
Yeah,
probably isn't many then, to be honest.
You're not wrong.
So yeah, so I think it's going to be great, and anyone who disagrees with me can go fuck right off because I am super excited for this game. It looks amazing.
Is it really out this year?
I believe so. If not, then I'll take it back.
The Crew is set to be released early 2018. Sorry to
Okay,
burst
so
your
it'll
bubble
be
there, buddy.
March then. March time?
The exceedingly crowded early 2018.
Oh, shit. I'm not going to have time to play this.
Oh, I can't wait till we get onto Sony.
So,
Far Cry 5.
hang on, who's in charge of the show here? I'm fucking got a list.
Me.
You know what I mean? Like, butting in. I was just
This
going to
is the Slycast.
Oh, it's the Slycast tonight. Let's talk
Yay.
about Far Cry then. But you're taking me out of order. Far Cry looks fucking amazing. I wasn't expecting.
You know when it's coming out?
Go on.
Early 2018.
Is it really? It's not out this
Yeah.
year, Far Cry?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
February something. Go on.
Wow, that's okay.
I just want to take jabs at everything that comes out early 2018, to be honest. Although Far Cry did it first. Far Cry announced its release date like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because the last Far Cry game I played was 4, and I thought that was pretty good, but not like blowing me away good. I actually downloaded Primal on my PC today as well, so I need to play that. But the trailer for this got me really excited because of the setting. It looks like it's more story driven as well. Kind of in hillbilly land of America. So Tim will be in the game, I'm sure. Yeah, it looks really, really good.
So it's about a group of cultists that have overrun a town, and there are a few people in the town trying to fight back.
Yeah,
And
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's a good idea.
I haven't sort of paid any attention to any Far Cry since I didn't like Far Cry 3. I am that person.
That's fair.
And this interested me. The more I watched the trailer, where it was like showing that you can hire the different people to, like, you can get a dog that you can send out to attack people, and he'll take them down and bring you weapons back. You can send like this sniper woman up onto a Overwatch and get picking people off, or get like a local lunatic in a like, is it a chopper or a plane, and just like napalming people out of the plane and stuff.
Is it 4-player co-op?
I'm not too sure, but I'm
Because
sure I saw when they
Far
introduced
Cry
the
4
co-op.
was 2-player.
I'm sure I saw a little vast bobblehead on the dashboard of the truck that the co-op player was driving into the town, sort of a thing. But they also stated as well that this is, I think, one of the first times in the Far Cry series where you can basically, once you're past a certain bit near the beginning of the game, you can pretty much go in any direction of the map
That's
you want.
good.
I looked it up. It is 2 again. It's 2 players.
That's not too bad.
It's alright.
I think any more than that, you might be a bit OP.
Okay, so I want to move on to another game that I am super excited for.
Is it AC Origins again?
No, it's South Park: The Fractured But
Oh
Whole.
yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's been delayed a
Amazing.
few times now.
It looks like, I mean, I was a massive fan of the original South Park game, and this looks like they've improved it tremendously. So
I don't think you need to. I mean, the first one didn't need improving anyway.
No.
I mean, it was brilliant. It was.
No,
I mean, I
it looked
finished
like
it
an
all.
episode, didn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. So if they release a different story but the same style again, then it's on to a winner. So I wonder if we get the sections which get cut out for the UK audience.
I thought you were going to say for
the anal
the
probing.
Australia audience.
Oh, did you get stuff cut out for you then as well?
Oh, we did, except I patched it, so I got the proper version of it. But yeah. So there's one scene. I think it must be either the abortion scene or the anal probing.
It was the anal probe. I think it was the anal probe. I can't remember.
I can't remember which one it was here, but they put an image of, I think, a kangaroo and a koala instead or something, with like a little caption that says, and it says just like, yeah, this was removed by Australia, so here's a kangaroo or something. It's clever.
Has everyone finished that on here?
yes,
I'm on like the last bit of that game. I'm like inside the guy.
I'm tempted to play it again.
Yeah, I would if I had the time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
What else was there at Ubisoft? Oh, there was just so many good
Just
games.
Dance 2018.
Oh,
Oh,
Just
that was the
Dance.
moment.
Fucking all that was
Hey,
definitely the
Switch, you predicted
highlight.
it, mate.
they came on with Jamiroquai's new song. That's a really strange song, actually. That is, it sort of cuts and stops quite a lot.
Hey, Switch, you predicted it in our prediction stream.
It's every year, mate. It's a guarantee. Like if you were doing a drinking game, you'd have it on the check-off box. It's a guarantee.
Do you remember what we talked about last week on the prediction stream, where we mentioned there was a new Splinter Cell trademark registered?
Possibly.
that hasn't
Someone
come to
mentioned. I
light,
think
has
this
it?
might have been Hogarth mentioned it, didn't he, in the chat that one was.
Well, it didn't happen, did it?
No, but we did get my trailer of E3 so far from Ubisoft, and I think a lot of people went absolutely ballistic. I didn't know what the game was. I was just like, what is this weird, messed up trailer? And then everyone was saying it's Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, you're going straight for the hyperbole, are you? Beyond Good and Evil.
Well,
I mean, I know people were excited for it, but I never played the first one, so I don't understand the hype.
me as well.
But it does look cool. I saw a dude crying about it in the audience as well, so it must be good.
Oh, remind me to get back to that when we get to Sony. They were fucking weirdos at Sony.
Yeah, they were a bit of a weird audience in the Sony one, weren't they?
Yeah.
To be honest.
Fucking hell.
I'll save it for in a minute. Minute.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to say another game that I think is going to be really cool from Ubisoft is Skull and Bones.
So this is essentially
one.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag without the assassins.
Yes.
Or For Honor with ships.
Yeah.
Or just it's just gonna completely destroy Sea of Thieves. Yeah. Sorry, Sea of Thieves, you've been destroyed.
I must admit, this is obviously like a pirate ship battle game, basically. And as soon as they announced it, I saw a lot of people on my Twitter going, "Oh, this looks really interesting." And as soon as they mentioned it was online, like 5-on-5 naval ship battles, I saw a lot of people dropping off.
Yeah, it's so hard to get into the multiplayer gaming space for companies now, and I saw that Ubisoft have had a 90% drop off on that sword fighting game. What was it called?
For Honor. They also saw a 90-odd% drop off of Division players as well.
Wow, it's crazy.
That's been out for a lot longer though.
Yeah, the Division's over a year old now, so we can count
this
some
is
slack
within
on
the
that.
first 3 months.
Wow.
I think, and For Honor had the same drop in the first 3 months of the game as well.
Ooh.
That reminds me, I need to go back to Wildlands. I never actually finished Wildlands.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I do want to talk about another Ubisoft game that did make me feel like a kid. Starlink.
Monopoly?
Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Oh yeah, is that the one where you put all the figures on top of your controller?
It's like Lego ships.
Everyone was calling it No Man's Skylanders.
It's a strange one though, because the Play to Life, where is
Toys
dead.
to Life.
Toys to Life. That's it. It's dead now because Skylanders has gone on a hiatus. Lego Dimension. Yeah, there's no Skylanders this year. Lego Dimensions have basically said there's one more pack coming out, and then that's it. They've pulled the plug. Disney Infinity that's dead.
Oh, that died ages ago, didn't it?
Do you think that's due to oversaturation of that kind of game? And now the fact everyone's pulled out, they're like, well, we'll keep going, and we'll be the only ones. Really?
Could be. I mean, the problem I noticed with the Toys to Life stuff was you can only there's only so many times you can keep bringing new figures out before the families and the parents are going to go, I'm not buying it anymore. I've bought you like the first lot from that game. That cost me 150 quid. I'm not buying it all again for the second lot. I'm not buying it for the third lot because, 150, 200 quid, or it could even be more. I mean, God knows what we spent on my daughter. I mean, she's got about 150 of the bloody things and she don't even play it anymore.
And yet you buy Amiibo.
Yeah, but that's different. Shut up. No, but the Skylander, I mean, she went through Skylanders madly, but she never finished the last one. And do you know where all the Skylanders are now? They're in the loft because she's moved on. And I think that's what's happened to the kids. A lot of the kids have moved on to Minecraft and
just like Visionaries back in the day.
But I don't know. Fair play to them. Give it a go. It might work. Seems
I
a bit
think it looks
strange.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
does
I
look
don't think it's really aimed at like little kids though. To be honest,
Big kids.
I think it's aimed at big kids like us.
It could be,
So,
yeah. Find them.
I'm probably gonna buy some. Yes. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I just wanted to mention it looks cool, and I'll probably be collecting them all.
Good man.
Shall we also briefly mention that South Park mobile phone game?
Oh, that looks really good, dude! I'm
I
so
wasn't
gonna buy it.
expecting it to be that amusing, actually.
It might even be a free
What
to
was it
play.
actually called? Phone Destroyer or something,
Yeah,
isn't it called?
yeah.
It'll
I think
destroy
it
your
looks cool.
battery.
Yeah, that's all your data consumption.
So,
All right.
right, are we moving on now? Because
I just want to say that in our predictions, my hope for Ubisoft was we got more board games, and we didn't, and that made me sad.
well,
If they
I was.
showed off board games at E3, I'd have been disgusted, to be quite honest.
I tell you what though, like Ubisoft, I was not expecting anything from their conference this year. I really wasn't, and this is kind of why it was my favourite conference, because it just totally blew me away with what they have showed. And what I like about Ubisoft is they're not scared to try something different. Yes, sometimes those games flop. Sometimes they have a lot of glitches or whatever, but at least they're one of those developers and publishers that do try new things. They're not sticking with the same old shit all the time.
They even came out and talked about Steep again, which
Jesus
a
Christ.
huge flop.
Massive floppy one.
Like,
But now they've
they're
added
practically
the
giving that
Olympic
game
stuff. I think it might see a resurgence, maybe. Right, so what's next then? Sony?
Sony.
Sony.
Sony!
I want to quickly address the audience thing before I forget about it.
Oh,
So-
go on.
All right, so a trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn DLC comes up, and it looks great. Graphics look great. You know, it looks like a good story. The audience, maybe 5% of the audience claps. Right, very quiet. Then Days Gone comes on, and after that, there's two guys, and the camera cuts to them, and they're just doing like the all.
We are
old
not worthy.
praise. That we are not
Yeah,
worthy.
yeah.
They're just doing their arms up and down, and they look like the biggest bellends I've ever seen.
That's probably from
But
Australia.
yeah, they came out swinging, didn't they? Straight away. I mean, the annoying thing is a lot of people only watch the actual Sony press conference itself rather than the pre-show. And in the pre-show, they were showing off Ni no Kuni 2, telling us that it's out this year. They showed off GT Sport, told us that was out this year. They were literally showing us quite a few titles.
Did
They announced Undertale for the PS4.
I only woke up in
PS
time
Vita.
to start the actual conference.
Yeah.
Switch, did they
PC Gamer
did they show Ni no Kuni at the main conference? Because I watched the conference this morning and I do not recall
No, they
seeing
didn't.
it.
They showed
Okay.
it in the
No.
pre-show.
I think it was the last game before the show started, because
I
I think
thought-
I tuned in and saw the end of it.
Why won't they show that in the fucking show? I don't get it. Why?
There's a few weird ones because like a few of us were sitting there thinking, bloody hell, if they're showing all this in the pre-show, what have they got for the main show?
It was a strange show, I thought, from Sony. I mean,
Right.
everyone knows that I'm quite a Sony person these days, and I have been since it came out. And I'll be honest, I'd say this is their weakest E3 I've seen for a
Really?
long. Yeah, I didn't think it was a very.
See,
It had a lot of games, but it's all very well showing trailers and trailers and trailers. But I like to engage with the people that actually run Sony. And I can't remember Sean
Layden, I think.
Sean
it
Layden came on, but he didn't really talk much, and then that was it, straight into trailers.
yeah.
And previously, maybe different previously because we've had the PS Pro last year, and then it was the first year was like, you know, they tried to shit on Xbox, didn't they, with the whole DRM and that stuff. But I don't know, it just felt a very odd one this year for me.
I don't know what. Like I'm different because I enjoyed it. I thought it was really
So
good.
did I.
I
want to hit on a point very quickly. We've talked about the year of 2018. This was the conference where it was overblown to a massive extent.
Yeah,
literally 90% of the titles were 2018.
They kind of annoyed me with that shit. I was literally just sitting there and thinking, "Oh, come the fuck
my
on!"
god!
Because this is one of my issues.
They had an 8-minute showing of Spider-Man, and I was like, "Holy fuck! This better be coming out in like November." No, 2018.
this is one of my issues. We have already seen all of the sort of like the big three, I'd suppose, before this.
And they're
like
all next
previous
year.
year. They're all next year, and we saw nothing that's coming after that. Even Xbox did it the same. I'm sitting there and thinking, like, no, you should be showing us games that are 2 or 3 years away. I'm seeing fucking none.
See,
I
but I
mean,
like the
obviously, as
Bethesda
far as
model
I
where they
know,
show
for
you
the
things that are coming out this year.
exactly, I much prefer that, where it's like, right, here's the game, it's out later this year. Here's the game, it's out later this year. Not the it's early next year, or because you thought to yourself, like, surely one of these three is going to be out at the end of the year.
Hey, you thought Days Gone was coming this year? Oh boy, you're in for a bad surprise.
Okay, so one game that they did show off at the Sony conference that is coming out this year, which I was quite surprised about, that looks actually very good, is the new Call of Duty.
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually thought it did look quite good.
Yeah, actually, I was quite impressed with that.
It was only a brief trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it looks
the trailer
cool.
looked good.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we can say. It's World War II. Looks good. Looks like it's keeping true with the guns and the way it goes.
Sledgehammer, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah.
What did what Call of Duty did they do last?
Advanced Warfare.
Right. Okay.
The one with Kevin Spacey.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, now, did any of you guys feel the same way about this conference going in as I pretty much did about certain games, where it's like, right, this is a Sony conference. The last 2 years, they've nailed it. I want to see interesting exclusives, and then part of me was depressed knowing we're going to get a load of shit about Call of Duty again, aren't we? And we're going to get a load of bollocks about Destiny 2 as well, like stuff you already know about.
Though.
And I must admit, I was quite glad they skipped through both of those quickly, because usually they're
both of them were
quite
just
a while,
brief trailers. But I want to get onto something that some of the guys over at IGN were bitching about as well, and I'm with them, and I've been bitching about it since 2014 when Destiny first came out, and that's the exclusive stuff for PS4. Because I've seen online there are people who play Destiny on PS4 who are annoyed that there's exclusive stuff for PS4. It's a multi-platform game, and I can understand timed exclusives of like a month. Yeah. Having yearly exclusive content is the most counter-consumer thing they could do.
Yeah, but you say that with Sony. Xbox are just as bad. I mean, they did it with Tomb Raider.
Yeah, no,
so you can't really...
I'm not blaming Sony. I blame Activision above everyone else.
Well, no, you can blame Sony and Microsoft because they're both as bad as each other. Because at the end of the day, though, it's at the moment it's money talks that gets whatever they want on that platform. I'm afraid to say you're never going to remove that, because that's what sells consoles. Destiny sold PlayStation a lot of consoles because they got the exclusivity on the first time round, and they're doing the same again now. They've got Call of Duty in bed with them now as well. I mean, to be honest, they've nicked a hell of a lot of things from Microsoft, because Microsoft, the last generation, had them all. And they have gone really ruthless this generation, Sony, because I thought I knew they would.
Well, I mean, COD and Destiny are both Activision, so I'm guessing that was like a 1-2 step thing. It was very simple.
Let's be real here for a second. Half of the stuff you get on these sort of like free content with this edition, it's usually bollocks, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's almost like if you pre-order an RPG, it's like, pre-order the launch edition as RPG and get the thingy armor, which is only useful until you hit like level fucking 6, and then you need to fuck it off anyway.
There's a difference, though. There's a difference between those DLCs and actual game content being excluded. Like, so PC and Xbox players have got to wait a year to have that one strike, that multiplayer map.
Well, you can also conclude this when they cut shit out of a Japanese title that's released in the West, you're still being excluded content that was actually there.
Exactly. It's not extra content, it's removed content.
But you do know what the PC has that the consoles don't on Destiny's 2?
Frame rate, baby.
Less players.
More than 30 frames per second. LOLs!
Webby, please tell me you've seen the footage of it running on an NVIDIA card that came out this afternoon.
No, but
it looks like the smoothest, buttery experience of all time. Also, we're talking about Destiny. They moved the release date for consoles up 2 days. It comes out on the 6th instead of the 8th. It's a Wednesday now. And they announced that the PC version is coming October 24th, which is about 5 weeks after, which isn't as bad as we thought it was going to be initially.
Right, we need to go through these because otherwise we're going to end up.
Yeah,
I need to talk about my game of show. I need to talk about my game of show.
Yeah, you
What,
got
it was Sony?
Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Oh,
Hunter
Monster
World.
Hunter. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like
I
this,
didn't know what it was. You had to tell me what it was.
yeah, I was literally sitting around my mate's house, who was literally sitting there all night praying to God that a new Armored Core was going to be announced or Bloodborne 2. Obviously, we got neither of those, so he was left fucking gutted. So anyway, I'm sitting there watching, and I'm seeing this bloke crawling through like undergrowth and everything, and I was like, I recognise that sword on his back. That's a Monster Hunter weapon. I'm guaranteed. Like, is this Monster Hunter? And I started to slowly lose it as it went on. And then when I obviously I was like, no, this literally is Monster Hunter. They've obviously updated the graphics slightly. It's still not what you'd class as like super AAA and all the rest of it, but they have actually finally upgraded the engine. And if this is right, this should hit really well, I think, with like a Western audience, because it looks like they're tipping it a bit more to sort of appeal to Western people. This is also available on the Xbox One. It's not a PS4 exclusive. That obviously Sony just got a chance to show it off at their show as well, so it's on both.
So,
And coming to PC later on.
Quick thing to say, this Monster Hunter that's coming out, what's the one that's coming out on the Switch?
I'm not too sure. I've forgotten, to be honest.
Because there is one coming out on the Switch as well, isn't there? But is that the same one again, but just a different version?
No, I think that's still leaning back to more of the old style. Because I will say the gameplay in this Monster Hunter looked quite different from the Monster Hunter we're used to. It doesn't look like the actual zones are separated off into little areas anymore. So if a monster goes into enrage, you will no longer be able to just walk out of that area until he calms down. He will follow you about.
As someone who's not played a Monster Hunter, to me it looked like Witcher 3 when you're hunting the beasts, or Final Fantasy 15 when you're doing the hunt the praise.
Yeah,
or it looked like that. But it's a co-op game, right?
Yeah, but apparently in World, because obviously in the previous games you'd have to go to the bar, form your party up, choose your quest, go out on your adventure. On this one, you can apparently be in a mission and then send up signal flares, and you can get people to drop in and drop out of your game.
That sounds cool.
So this is, again, another early 2018, but I'm hoping to hear a lot more about this game by the time we actually get it, because I have wanted a quality Monster Hunter on consoles ever since like PSP ones.
I was making suggestions the other week that we should do a bingo board for E3, and early 2018 was going to be one of the spots. We would have been hammered if I'd have made that board.
Yeah.
There's got to be things getting bumped out, because Red Dead 2 is early 2018. It's in March or April or something.
2018, like the start of next year, is absolutely apeshit, and it's getting worse every year. This year was bad enough.
Usually, or like in previous years, there would be 1 or 2 titles in the dry spell, and then it would be about June when games would come out. And now it seems that February through December is going to have games next year.
What going on the VR stuff, because you're the only one that's got it, Darren. Anything there that appealed to you?
Yeah, obviously they showed off at the Bethesda one. They talked about obviously the Fallout 4, which I hated Fallout 4, to be honest.
What about Skyrim?
But yes, and obviously at the Sony one, they showed off Skyrim in VR, and part of me's like, yeah, really excited, but obviously these are going to be completely separate fucking games that I'm going to have to buy again, which I think's annoying. I'd much rather it was like a paid add-on for, say, like the Skyrim Special Edition or something, rather than having to buy Skyrim yet again on the same machine and maybe have another separate trophy list or something. But yeah, I am really, really interested in checking out Skyrim in VR, to be honest.
And how did it make you feel when they showed off the Inpatient, and then you read about it later?
Well, at first I was quite interested because Supermassive have done pretty much my favourite VR game so far, which was Until Dawn Rush of Blood. So they obviously showed this one, which is supposed to be a prequel set. Is it like 50 or 60 years before the event?
Yeah, so it's set in the asylum. Like, I haven't played Until Dawn. I just have seen snippets, but it's set in the. It's set. No, shut up. Yeah, you have. You played Until Dawn. Talking about.
Not. I played Rush of Blood. I didn't play like the original.
You didn't play
Until
the
What?
original Until Dawn?
You
I thought you were an
serious?
Until Dawn fan, and that's
It
why you
never
played
really-
Rush of Blood.
It never really appealed to me, to be honest.
You're crazy, dude.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, there's an asylum on the place that they're at, and this is set in that asylum, and it shows how it spirals down into chaos, from what I understand. But they didn't reveal it like that. They showed a trailer with you in a mental hospital, and then later on they revealed, like in a press blog or whatever, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's a Until Dawn prequel."
Mm.
Ah.
It was an interesting way they did that, and I feel like they should have thrown in something to link Until Dawn for the
What was
everyman.
the name of the other one they're doing? Supermassive. It was like a squad-based army shooter, wasn't it?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Oh, I remember that one. That one looked cool. I was about to get onto Final Fantasy 15 fishing.
Oh God.
Was there anything else? Was there anything else? VR was. I'm still not convinced with the VR. You know.
Well, it was like people knew like that the VR stuff was coming because obviously they said they were going to support what they were doing moving forward, and it does look like a lot more developers are actually supporting it going forward. Obviously, Thingy's going to be using it as well. Sorry, Air Combat or Ace Combat, should I say? Again, early 2018. So that's obviously another title that's going to use it well, similar to the way that they did in like Resident Evil 7 as well. But
yeah,
nice
so
to
the way
see.
they dealt with the VR stuff in this conference was they just did like 5 back-to-back trailers or whatever it was, and then just moved on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like
I think.
it was over and done within like 3 minutes because
And
not
then
everyone can afford the PSVR, you know.
And then straight into God of War.
God of War.
Man, that looks really good, and I've not really been a fan of God of War, to be honest. In the previous
I've never
ones.
played one, but I also just want to add while we're at it, 2018.
Yeah, early 2018.
Yeah, graphically looks lovely. It does look really good actually. It's piqued my interest more than I expected it would actually, which I was quite surprised. But yeah, I look forward to playing that.
Yeah, it looks good.
I like the look of that giant serpent thing or whatever it was. That looks cool.
Yeah, sort of like spoke in a weird language, doesn't it, and stuff. It looks like
It's like Parcel Tongue and Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm intrigued in the way this all ties in because obviously it looks very sort of like, I wouldn't say like sort of kind of Norse mythology in a sense, and he's obviously from like Greek mythology or whatever it is. And there was a part where he's actually looking at a picture of himself on like a Roman vase or something. And someone was saying something about the gods of this land won't put up with this type of thing. So has he been transported into like another part of the world run by different gods, or is he now in a different timeline or something? I don't honestly know what supposedly happened to him since obviously the end of the third game.
So can I play the original 3 games on the PS4?
You can buy a remastered version of the third game on the PS4.
That's
and
it.
The beginning of that game is fucking brilliant in my eyes, I think.
I don't understand why, you know, like things like the Uncharted collection, which did really well. Like, why not do the first 2 of God of War? Why just the third one of all the games?
They'll probably do it eventually, maybe as like paid ones through something or other, but they do look sort of obviously slightly dated in comparison.
Yeah. Would I be all right watching like a summary of the first 2, or they're just playing 3?
Pretty much, yeah. You could probably just do that, play a summary, and then play the third one. But again, I think the third one's quite cheap now. You can get it for about sort of like 10, 15 quid.
I think it's on the days of play sale on the PlayStation. I might pick it up. Boy, they're doing some bargains on that days of play sale on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
You can get Until Dawn for like $20.
Mad.
Anyway.
Okay, a game that I was excited for at the show was a game called Days Gone at the Sony conference.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this.
I'd never even heard of it, but before seeing it at E3, no, and
they teased it last year.
It was at last year's, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm old. I don't remember that far back. It looks really, really cool. It's a zombie survival game by the looks of it, but it just looks like very story driven, and the dude's on his motorbike and stuff. I just felt it it reminded me a little bit of The Last of Us, to be honest. Is it made by
Yeah,
the
it
same
reminded me
people?
of that.
No.
Oh,
Who's this made?
okay.
I don't even know who this is made by, to be honest.
This is made by Sony Bend, the people behind Uncharted Golden Abyss on the Vita.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just looked really, really cool. Like, as soon as he started driving along on his motorbike, I was like, oh, this looks
Can we all
intriguing.
just talk about the most important part of the day is gone? The zombie bear.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wrapped in barbed wire.
That looked
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
For a
That
moment,
is-
you thought I was going to say 2018, but that's coming in a second.
That's what
It's
Teddy
20.
Ruxpin looks like after hitting drugs for years, mate.
Also, 2018.
Yeah. You should know this
Sony-
one now for Sony. I mean, Sony's always.
Sony, I honestly think the only things that are coming out this year that they showed are honestly DLC, as far as I can recall.
Well, and obviously the multi-platform games, but I know you guys are all moaning, oh, it's all 2018, blah, blah, blah. Like, these companies can't win. You fucking moan if they announce a game 2 years in advance. You fucking moan if it's a year in advance. Oh, and then you moan it's coming out next fucking week, for fuck's sake. Oh, there's too many games coming out.
No one moans about it.
Who gives a shit?
Coming out in the near future.
Early
No one moans about
2018 is actually not that far away.
Yeah, but you think though they're gonna get delayed. It's gonna be late 2018.
Who
then early
cares?
2019,
Dude,
and they'll never
I would be
come out.
happy if no more games came out this year. I've got such a fucking backlog here.
Well, that's your scenario.
I'm
That's
happy.
you.
You know?
Right, can we move on, please?
Yes.
Next game, which was the one that I didn't know anything about, and I was expecting something else, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Colossus.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
just a remaster or a new
It's
one?
It's a
I think
remake.
It's like
Oh,
it's a
not another
remake
one.
because it's
Yeah,
like
it's a
new
remake.
models and stuff as well.
Bit of a strange one on that. I mean, I've still got the I've got the PS2 version here and the PS3 version here. I've never played the PS3 version. I've got the PS2 that I started and got lost. I don't know if I will buy the PS4 version. I'm not sure on that one.
I've never played it.
And I
I've
still
never
haven't
played
played
it.
Last Guardian. So, which I've got to go back to, which I keep getting moaned at by the missus because she bought it for me for Christmas.
There's not much we can say. It's 2018.
Is
But,
it? I thought it was this year.
I don't even know if they threw a date on it actually.
No, I thought that was
Is
this
it-
year.
There's no date on it, so I'm going to say 2018.
Oh, okay. Strange one because I was expecting something like. I mean, we didn't see anything for Crash. I know Crash Bandicoot's coming out this year.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
But I was expecting something like a Spyro or something. I really was, because they're on this bandwagon. I mean, I just saw today that Wipeout was #1 in the charts this
Hey.
week.
Oh, wow. That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
It does look really good, actually, from
Yeah.
what I've seen of that.
Yeah, I'll pick Monster. I said Monster. What am I talking about? Wipeout. There you go. I'm tired.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can we
I was
move on
ready
to
to
more
switch to
games?
Sweet.
Can
Can we talk about my personal surprise of the Sony conference that I
Go
was
on, then.
really excited about? It was a game called, I think it's called Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become
Yeah.
Human, yeah.
Yeah, it looks odd.
David
Oh
Cage.
my god, that
But it
game
looks
looks cool.
cool.
It reminds me. Also, the fact that it's in Detroit, like it's got so many parallels to Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, or the Human Revolution. It's got so many parallels in the sense that it's Detroit and it's about augmentation and humans becoming machines. But yeah, so it's a game where you play basically they have shops on every corner and they sell androids, and you play as a resistance leader who is an android who's trying to free the androids and give them their minds and basically like lead a revolution against their human masters. And it just seems really cool because it's got this whole like choice-based thing, and there's multiple branches, and you can be a pacifist or a violent person. And it was just a really cool looking
Is this
trailer.
made by the same people that made Fahrenheit? Is
It's
it
David Cage.
No,
Yes!
David Cage, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's got
And the
three
one downside
protagonists.
was 2018.
I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. This game looks
But
amazing.
it's got three
did.
protagonists that you seemingly alternate between. You've got
Yeah.
the woman from the Kara demo, the guy we saw last year who was like the detective, and this new revolutionary guy who's trying to get the androids to sort of rise up. So the way it's set up with like multiple protagonists is making me think like this is going to be much more like Heavy Rain than
Yeah.
obviously
need to
the
play
last one.
Beyond Two Souls, wasn't it, the last one?
Beyond Two Souls, yeah.
They do a
Yeah.
bundle of that really cheap now. I should probably get
Have
it.
you ever played that Beyond Two Souls?
Well,
I
good.
enjoyed Beyond Two Souls.
I've never played either. So.
Heavy Rain, Colin loves.
Heavy Rain is awesome.
Heavy Rain was all right. I didn't finish it on the first go. I had to go back to it. So that tells you it's not when you have to go back to a game. Then you know it was all right. I know Colin loved it, didn't he? Not really. He didn't. He hated it. Heavy Rain. So, but I think you'll enjoy it. You know, Beyond Two Souls. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. No, so this was just one game. I guess it was brand new announcement. Never heard of it, and it was just a trailer came on. I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And it just got me curious, and then I really just got into it. I started enjoying it.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I like the whole branching thing, and you know, they reflected one of those choices in the gameplay or the trailer where they show you have the choice of I want to say starting a fire or not starting a fire, and it like shows the repercussions of that riot on the TV. Anyway,
Yep, sounds about right to me. So moving on then, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. This is one for Dan. This actually looks really, really good.
I've downloaded the story demo. I've yet to play it, but like I said, even going in before all this, like knowing that there's like less characters and no X-Men and stuff like that, I'm just underwhelmed at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I might change my mind, to be honest, but I think as well the fighting game community aren't happy with it.
Dude, do you really care what the fighting game community say? No.
Well, no, but but these games live and die on that. Like the fighting game community is a very small and niche amount of people, and a lot of the fighters that are released, they will like and support, and it's whether they like something that it will live or die. I mean,
yeah, but people might just buy it for the story, and that's it. I personally don't play fighting games online, so I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking everyone was looking forward to Street Fighter 5, and that still stumbled out the gates and sort of kind of fell on its face. And this is already being talked about like pretty negatively, and it's not even released yet. But I think this is a bit of a mistake.
Can we talk about the one?
They should have rebooted Darksiders.
Positive side of the game.
Rival Schools. Yeah, go for it.
So, 2017.
Yes, at least it's out this year, I guess.
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Also 2017.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Nice. That's what they started with, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've done that one last.
I know.
Horizon DLC is out this year as well. So.
That's all the games that are on my list for the Sony show. Actually, we talked about Sony for a while because they actually showed a lot of games, funnily enough.
Not as well about the same as PlayStation.
we missed the most important game. Sorry, we missed the most important game. The last game. I was going
to bring that up.
Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man might have been. Oh, I don't want to push it, but might have been the best game in the conference.
Really?
Holy shit!
Look that game fucking good. Awesome. It did look really good. It looks to have done what Arkham Asylum did for Batman.
From what I can see, is they've taken the best parts of the old Spider-Man 2, where they had the physics-based web swinging, where you would swing off the buildings and catch yourself and stuff like that, and they've put that in this game, and then they've done it fully open world. And it seems like from the story mission they've got a good array of characters. They've got a good story. They've got a unique suit for him, and it's just man, it's like the Spider-Man game. Probably how I remember the Spider-Man games from when I was a kid. It's like that better.
It's like the takedowns were perfect. The combat looked really well done.
The humor though, the humor. He's like, I've got to take out the badder guys to help the bad guys, or whatever he said. I was like, that's witty, and they got like Wilson Fisk on the phone. It was good. Like I'm impressed by that game, and I thought from the gameplay and how solid and how like polished it looked, I thought surely surprise us. Say it's coming out in November.
Yeah,
early 2018.
Considering the films this year as well, it was surely a no-brainer.
And early 2018. God damn it. But honestly, that game looked awesome, and as soon as also Miles Morales was teased at the end of the trailer, which is kind of cool. But everyone on Twitter lost their minds after Spider-Man, so it was awesome. Anyway,
until Superman comes out next year with Rocksteady. Woo!
wait, is that real or are you making it up?
There's rumours.
Strangely enough,
I want a Flash game.
if anyone's interested who's actually listening to this at the moment, there is actually another conference going on currently, which is the Square Enix one.
Oh, I didn't know that they were doing one at the moment.
It's not like a proper presented conference. They're just basically sitting there going and chatting through and taking people through a lot of their games. I think they're going to be doing it over the next few days.
Oh, okay, that sounds cool.
They're showing off.
Are they going to tell us what's going to happen with Hitman?
Well, I doubt it, but a lot of us were hoping that during the sort of Sony conference to hear confirmation of a Western release for Dragon Quest XI. And we won't hear that news at obviously TGS because the game will have been out in Japan by then. So we're hoping to hopefully hear some news during like these Square Enix events that are going to be going on the next few days.
We need to start wrapping through these. It's
Yeah, well,
that's
it. That's
right.
it.
Let's just talk about Nintendo. We got to talk
we
about
got Nintendo
because it was only on just before we started recording, so might as well talk about it. They showed the Rabbids game, the Mario Rabbids game, which we already talked about. Oh, sorry, I was just going to say. So earlier I mentioned Bethesda had a short conference or a short presentation. Bloody hell, Nintendo's was shorter.
Yeah,
half an hour, wasn't it?
Bethesda was 40 minutes. Nintendo was 25. I timed it.
25 was it?
They didn't seem to show a lot that interested me, to be honest.
No.
They had Rocket League.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, but I've already got it on the PS4. I'm not going to buy it again.
They've got Skyrim exclusive content like the Master Sword in Skyrim. Ooh.
Yeah.
Got Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah, Woolly World 2.
Yoshi's Woolly World, yeah.
I'll give it that. I will say, all right, so obviously the game they finished on, and they ended very weird with this presentation. They just played the Super Mario Odyssey trailer, and it stopped.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know, that was just strange. Just like they ran out of money.
It was a great trailer. It was a great trailer.
I haven't been like a sort of like Mario platformer type of person for years now, and like I'm literally so stoked for Odyssey. To be honest, it looks fantastic.
You can turn into a dinosaur.
Ooh.
I didn't see the
and
start
a
of that
tank.
because the stream I was watching froze.
Oh, it turned
Good
into
old
a dinosaur
IGN.
at the end as well. Oh, you watched it on IGN. You should have bloody watched it on whatever I watched it on Twitch. There you go.
I'm not down with the kids.
Yeah. No, that game looked really good.
Was it
Metroid
Fusion 4 or something was announced, wasn't it?
Apparently, people have been begging for that game for years. So.
Did you see the graphics?
Oh no, it was just an announcement.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It was so good we didn't even see the graphics. I mean, when's that out? 2020. Yeah, that ain't going to come out next year, is it? I don't see the point in telling us about that until we actually see some gameplay.
Because it's something that everyone's always wanted, and they're just basically saying, "Look, we know you want this, and we're making one, so be patient." But yeah, we also
they announced there's going to be a Pokemon RPG game.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything for that because it's only just started work. Apparently,
Pokemon technically an RPG anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, and they've also announced that like the Pokemon Fighter game is coming.
Yeah, it's a rehash of the Wii U one. Because I've got the Wii U one.
You can tell I'm down with the Nintendo. There's also Breath of the Wild DLC and exclusive amiibo, which Paul will be getting.
Yeah, I didn't even know anything about that because I sort of watched a bit of Nintendo and I got a bit bored, to be honest, which is unusual for me because I normally love Nintendo. But
how did you get bored? There wasn't enough time to get bored. There was 25 minutes.
Well, yeah, I was trying to do stuff as well in the house, but I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me this time. It's the first time ever the Nintendo I've just lost my appeal with Nintendo at the moment. The amiibos, the Zelda ones, I most probably get, but I didn't even know anything about them. So, because I just love Zelda's amiibos.
Yeah, they opened with Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I thought it looked visually great and everything. I just hated the voice acting for it. And one of the other ones was like Fire Emblem Warriors, whereas I'm a huge sort of like fan of the old Dynasty Warriors games, so that interested me a lot as well. So So yeah, there's some good stuff heading towards to the Switch. So
yeah, I mean, go on.
no, I was going to say, and obviously you've got like your Splatoon 2 out soon, and it's almost like they're drip feeding releases to people, just as you think like, oh, maybe I'll pick one up. They're like, oh, they're bringing that out in next month, are they? Or I might have to.
And they mentioned these tournaments they're doing as well, where they're having people that compete on Splatoon 2, and also there's an arms tournament as well.
Can we please
Just-
fuck off the esports thing?
Oh,
'Cause
yes, please.
I am so sick of this. They're not athletes. They're just people playing games.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's what annoyed me
As far as I'm
about Bethesda with Quake Champions, because I've been playing the beta for Quake Champions and I really like that. But then at the E3 conference, I was like, "Oh, this is the new esports game." I was like, "Oh, please fuck off with that shit."
I'm gonna be honest. It was 40 minutes long. I don't remember that bit, probably because my head tuned out after paying money.
You're getting old, Sly.
It came back in. It came back in with Wolfenstein and Dishonored and Evil Within. It sort of came back then, but the first chunk of that presentation just went.
I think even Cliffy B tweeted out during E3 something along the lines of like, if I hear one more person say esports, I'm gonna fucking scream.
Well, he's fucking pushing esports with his Lawbreakers game, which, by the way, is
technically an esports game, but
and his Lawbreakers game is shit.
We didn't mention it because it was in the PC Gamer conference, which apparently I'm the only one who watched the whole thing. Yeah, there was a big chunk of that conference spent on Lawbreakers, and God, it's a clone of Paladins, it's a clone of Overwatch. It doesn't look good.
I
and
was in the closed beta.
$25.99 for it or whatever it is.
Yeah, I was in the closed beta and fucking out was shit. I played it for about 10
minutes. Man, you sent me an invite and I didn't even bother installing it because you told me it sucked.
Yeah.
Going back to what we were talking about the main conference instead of bloody Lawbreakers. Overall, the conferences were, for me, sorry, I need a drink. They were all okay.
Yeah.
And it's a good time for gamers. I mean, for next year.
You're not wrong though. It really is for next year.
But I mean, there is some good stuff coming out. So I mean, I know we're all quite negative, and I've seen already Eurogamer have been like, oh, this is a mid-step in the consoles at the moment. But there's some good stuff coming out. So as a gamer, it's good.
but we're not really seeing what's coming out the year after next, which is what we're pretty much used to. Like, they'll announce a Halo game a good 2 or 3 years before it appears.
Well, perhaps they're changing tactics now.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. They're going to be doing or taking things in that way.
I just want to.
Sly, you keep on interrupting everybody.
No,
I think I'm on a delay. I wait for a gap, but I think I'm on a delay. But yeah. So 343 said there was going to be something Halo related at E3, something small, and people got in their heads, oh, it'll be a tease for the next game. Halo 2 DLC.
That's what they told us. We saw a picture of the Halo helmet, didn't we?
Oh, sorry. Should we have also mentioned about the Mixer thing and how they gave away games for watching the Xbox One? That was cool.
Yeah.
I got Rare Replay for watching it.
Yeah, I saw you got that. That's quite good, isn't it? So it's not a bad little compilation of some good little games. You get Conker's Bad Fur Day, and stuff like that, didn't you?
Yeah, Banjo.
So you even get what's the game? The shooting game. Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, anyway.
So what's everyone's game of the shows?
Oh, don't do this to me.
For me, I'd say Wolfenstein.
The Crew 2 is game of the show, no doubt.
I'm disqualifying games that are coming out next year. I'm gonna say Wolfenstein.
What did you say, Darren?
I'll say Monster Hunter World, but if that's next year, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, games coming out this year. Need for Speed.
Really?
Oh, it looks fucking awesome, man.
It does. No, it does. But and then I just remembered the Crew's early next year, so I guess you had to jump to something else. Didn't you?
So I'm actually glad that the Crew's not coming out to next year, because I was under the impression that they were both coming out within the same time frame. So now I can play one and then wait for the other one to come out and play that. So all good.
So you're not interested in Forza 7?
No, not at all.
Really?
Well, because I
Wow.
bought Forza 6, I bought the Ultimate Edition, cost me like 80 quid. I think I played it for about 10 hours max.
I'm
So
a
you're
Forza
more
fan, and I
you're
didn't play
more of
Forza
a
6.
Horizon boy then.
Yeah, more
Yeah,
arcadey,
I
so...
think that's the thing. I think Horizon has sort of like, I wouldn't say sullied, but sort of like dampened a lot of people's enthusiasm for Forza because it's
Yeah.
a more fun version.
It's just
Mm.
drive round a track.
That's it. Go to the
So-
next track.
While we've been recording this podcast, Call of Duty World War II multiplayer footage has dropped.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Will this be
looks
the next
like
Call of Duty that we all buy?
Will it be the Call of Duty killer? Oh wait, it is Call of Duty. Oh no,
And if we
I
do
was
decide to get
cracking
it,
up.
what platform will we get it on?
don't
Well,
know.
you know, blue for me.
Yeah, I was cracking up when people were calling Anthem the Destiny 2 killer, and it's like, well, Destiny 2 will have been out a year by the time Anthem hits. So
I will say, like, usually I'm a bit critical of COD, but no, I'm looking at this multiplayer footage, and it looks like the thing I'll compare it to is World at War. It looks like World at War, but better and smoother and more well designed. I'm looking at this map, and there's like all different like tunnels blown out under the buildings and stuff. It's really cool. I'm looking forward to playing that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
right. Shall we move on to questions?
Questions.
Yep, let's go.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to skip some of these questions because they're just fucking rubbish.
why?
Okay, so an example of a question: is Xbox shit? That is the question. That's not a question we're going to answer.
It's an opinion.
Yes. So who's been watching the? So Paul Johnson says, who's been watching the free dailies on Mixer for the free games? I think most of us.
I mean, I got
don't
Rare
even know
play.
what Mixer is, to be honest.
Oh, get with the times, Paul. Come
Webby
on.
was streaming on Mixer a few hours
Yeah,
ago.
I was streaming.
I was on there.
Battlegrounds, man.
Yeah? Did you get any money?
Yeah. No.
well,
Like
it's not-
0.001 pence.
point.
Jordan Campbell says, how do you think the Xbox One X will do in terms of sales and in future progression going forwards?
Not as well as the normal Xbox One or the S.
It wouldn't ever do that anyway. It's going to sell well out the gate because it always will, because all the people who want that extra little bit of tech or whatever are going to go out and have it. I mean, personally myself, I must admit, when I was looking at certain things like Wolfenstein and that, and knowing that my PS4 hard drive will slowly keep filling up, I was thinking like, oh, Wolfenstein on the Xbox X would look pretty fucking mint. And then obviously as well, Monster Hunter, I'm actually considering getting that on the X because I've got enough of those type of games to play on the PlayStation.
Is that coming out on the Xbox as well then?
Yeah, it's out on
Multiplayer.
both, yeah.
Oh,
And the fact I probably can play it with a lot more people on the Xbox, to be honest.
I'll play it with you. That's good.
I'll play it on my launch day Xbox, and it'll be shit graphics compared to
me
you.
too.
Lols.
Well, no, the graphics aren't going to be any different. I'm just going to have a slightly better resolution and frame rate. That's it.
Just sit a bit closer, Webby.
Yeah, so Tom Harding says, so the conferences will be over soon and we all enjoyed some bits, didn't enjoy others. My question is, what would be your dream E3 announcement? Is there something you were hoping might have been announced this year or would like to see in future years? I really wish we could get Alan Wake 2 or Portal 3. Those are, yeah,
Both
Alan
of those
Wake
things.
2.
Yeah, both of those things.
I must admit, if I did think afterwards, like I said to one of my mates, and I did say, like, what if at the end of the Xbox One show they pulled out fucking as an exclusive as well for Windows, Left 4 Dead 3.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I watched the whole PC Gamer conference, which was almost 2 hours. I was just hoping Gabe Newell would walk on the stage and announce anything. I don't care if it's a sequel to whatever, just anything from Valve. He did not show up.
I don't think that's going to happen now, is it? But it's such a
No,
shame.
they make too much money off Dota and Counter Strike. That's the problem.
It's annoying because like those games would sell a shitload, but it's like, oh, we don't even have to bother making them.
I don't know why someone else out there can't just make a clone of the bloody thing. You know, it can't be that hard.
Yeah, but do we really want someone else making a game you liked? I'd rather have the original people making it, to be honest. I suppose for dream
Like Mass
announcements
Effect
for
Andromeda.
E3, anyway, going back to the question, I would have loved to have seen an announcement for something like a Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yes.
And
I think-
obviously Monster Hunter is a big thing for me
I-
that I've always
I
wanted
don't-
to see, and I did see that this year. So
I don't want to put words in Paul or Phil's mouth because he's not here, but I'm gonna guess Bloodborne 2.
It's Bloodborne 2, and then the other one for me, which was an IP that I really enjoyed, was Enslaved, which you could have had another one. You know,
well,
but
we've got Hellblade, which was announced before E3, which is I think out in August.
yeah, that's not a full title. It's not a full price title either now, is it?
No,
And it's digital only.
Yeah, but I've got a feeling if this does well enough, they should hopefully maybe do like a limited physical run, because a lot of people are asking that to them in the comments I noticed on What's It. And at the end of the day, Undertale's coming to the PS4, like I mentioned earlier, and it's getting a physical copy, and it's also on the Vita, and I think that's getting a physical copy as well. It's just like, whoa, like I would never expect anything like that, especially like physical copy.
Okay, can we move on?
Yep.
Sure.
Tom Harding says, which conference had the best showing and why?
Xbox and Sony were my top. I can't separate the two. They were both as good as each other in their own right, I think, for once. I'm shocked.
I'd say Ubisoft, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say Ubisoft as well.
Yeah.
They showed the most good games out of all the conferences. Lots of variation.
As someone who's been an Xbox player for years and years, I'm going to say Sony.
Oh my God! What's happened to you?
What's going on, Sly? Oh my God!
I bleed blue now instead of green.
Oh my God.
Well, there we go. Nick Wilson says, why do you think Sony has chosen to release their AAA games in the first half of the year with PS4 when normally all the best games come out towards the end of the year?
Because they're not done.
Because the problem is at the end of the year, too much comes out.
I must admit, there is a lot of the old also runs, isn't there? At the end of the day, who's going to release anything around Destiny 2's release window? You've got to be a bit foolish to do that. At the same year with Call of Duty in that sense as well.
I think they've done well, actually, Sony, releasing the beginning of the year, because it gives you a load of stuff to play throughout the year. So when it does come to August, September, you've got rid of a lot of hopefully, got rid of a lot of your backlog, games that you've enjoyed throughout, the beginning of the year. You get to August, you've got Destiny coming out, you've got Call of Duty. But if you had stuff like Persona 5 coming out and Nier and stuff like that, you wouldn't play them, would you? And you just wouldn't buy them. It'd be just such a waste.
I must admit, as much as people tout Nier Automata being a brilliant game, which it actually is, if that game was released around that time period, like end of the year, it would have been buried and forgotten.
Yep. And it was nice to see that they actually commented about that when he came on stage, old Sean Lade, and he actually said that all these certain games, and he brought up Nier, so they do recognise that game has actually done quite well.
Nier and Neo and stuff.
Yeah,
that's
right. Isn't it? Yeah, it was good to see that.
Cool. That's all the questions that we have time to read out. We've been going for a couple of hours now, so I think it's time to end the show. It's been interesting. I'm sure we'll be discussing more E3 stuff in the next week's show anyway. I'm sure more news will come out of E3 and more videos and bits and pieces.
Every hour or so, there's extra little stories leaking.
So we'll keep our eyes out and we will discuss them next week. Hopefully you guys can come back on next week for the next show.
I should be around.
Good.
You mean Sunday, right?
Yep, we're recording Sunday, 7 p.m.
Roger.
Well, 7:30 because I don't finish work till 7, so I had to do a half-hour delay on that. So 7:30. So yeah, been interesting. So thank you very much. So for me, Mark Webb, Gamer Tag, Piston on D, Steam ID, Webby3 on 7.
I suffered through the PC Gamer Conference, so you didn't have to, Sly Almond.
Cheers for that. It's so sweet.
A big shout out to Alex, Nintendo Arcade, because he's just unveiled the Skyscraper in America, and he was with Walter Day and Billy Mitchell. If you follow him on Twitter, don't forget to check out. There's a link to his YouTube where you actually see the unveiling of Sky Skipper.
Yeah, there's a few big old videos, isn't there, going
Yeah,
around?
it's really well done. I'm really proud of him actually. And, that he's done what he's done, and yeah, it's cool. So, and he's had a really good time in America. I think he's on his way home very very soon. So and Colin who's doing his camping. So that's it.
Camping over E3 wasn't really well timed there, was it?
No.
So yeah, as soon as Alex lands back in the UK, we'll get him on the show, and he can regale us with his stories of America.
That'll probably take up the whole show, to be honest.
More than likely, it will be a Sky Skipper special episode.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the show. Thank you very much for listening. And we now have a Mixer channel as well. So we stream on Mixer, which is pretty cool. If you follow me on Xbox or whatever, you can just find me there. It's mixer.com/Webby317. I will probably be changing it to Mojo very shortly if I can change the name. And yeah, follow us on Twitter, Mojo_INT, and join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Mojo Interactive net.net, and Discord. Join the Discord. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, great. Anyway, thanks very much. See you next week. Goodbye.